ClaretsTV speaking with St Albans City manager Robbie Simpson after the 2-1 defeat here at St Albans. Robbie, what were your thoughts on today's game?
Gut-wrenching, wasn't it? The players didn't deserve that. It was 2 games of football really, pre-sending off and post. Before the sending off, I felt going forward we looked really threatening right from the off. Defensively, they tweaked a little bit, so we had to get the details on the pitch about where we wanted the players to be defensively. We weren't quite secure enough really in that first 5 minutes, but when we scored and we got the detail, managed to get the detail on the pitch, we looked comfortable and looked threatening. For their goal, maybe we had slightly too high a line, given the position of their player on the ball, slightly too higher, which meant there was space between our penalty box and our back line for that ball to be played into with quality, because there was no pressure on it, and we knew they'd have runners. And obviously Jacobs made the decision to come, and maybe our line or his starting position was maybe a bit too deep. There was too big a distance between him and our back line anyway, either way, for him to maybe make that decision. But he's backed himself to try and get there. But even then, we made good recovery runs and a hell of a cross, hell of a stand up from their lad. And I'll be honest, I don't think it's a penalty. I really don't. It's very similar in a different way, but very similar in terms of the contact element to Jazzy's, which obviously got rescinded. In that instance, the Bath player has moved into Jazzy initially. That's the initial movement, rather than towards the ball. He's moved into Jazzy. And this was the same, Jeffers is, to be honest, it's what I'd tell my strikers to do. Jeffers' movement is towards Luke first, and then there's a coming together, and Jeffers is on the floor, but Luke actually wins the header still. The difference in that is even more so that Luke actually wins the header. Jazzy didn't get anywhere near the ball, obviously, because they were both on the floor, but Jeffers moves into Luke. Luke gives a little bit back and wins the header. It's just 2 people competing for the ball, so it's ever so harsh, and it's definitely not a push. If it was a push and he gives it's a sending off, but 2 people competing for a ball, regardless of whether he thinks it's a penalty or not, Luke's trying to win the ball, and in fact does win the ball. So how can he, even when he does, how can that be not trying to win the ball and the double jeopardy when he's won the ball? I didn't understand the penalty being given, but I certainly don't understand the red card, and it's pivotal for us. I mean, we'll have to watch it back and make sure that our eyes at the time were correct, but we certainly feel that way, and if it is correct, then we'll certainly be appealing it again. But that doesn't help us today, just like it didn't at Bath. And at Bath we managed to give a monumental effort, and today once again the players have given a monumental effort, and St Albans played the same system as Bath, slightly different way. They play more intricate, clever football than Bath, who like to get it wide and get crosses in the box. And for 85 minutes defensively, we looked not quite as assured as we did at Bath, but certainly comfortable, I thought, and they were certainly getting frustrated with not being able to break us down and create clear-cut opportunities, and they were relying on shots from distance maybe, or us making a mistake. We maybe weren't quite as good when we won the ball back as we were at Bath, but we created a hell of a chance at 1-1, and we miss it. Good save from the keeper. Jermaine, his first touch was incredible. Well, first of all, his run was incredible, which is why we wanted to get him higher up the pitch, but his first touch was incredible, and he's just gone to strike it as low and as firm as he can, and I think the pitch made him, and going up hills made him lift it a bit, which gave the keeper an opportunity to make a really good save. And we were waiting for another one of those really, and they've obviously scored a goal that it kind of came from nothing again. Maybe a misclearance from us, and maybe getting attracted to the ball and leaving a bit too much space on the edge of the box. But hell of a strike from their lad. He's caught it as clean as you like, and didn't give any of our lads closing it down or Jacob a chance really. If it wasn't as clean as it was, we'd have had a chance and we'd have got a block in like we had done prior to that. But I mean, and then obviously the game changes again because they've got something to hang on to, and we've got to try and get something. And we had a few set pieces, but just gut wrenching for the players really, because what an effort again they've given for the club and to try and get something from this game. But unlike Bath, it just wasn't quite to be today.
Do you feel as if it was sort of the same reaction the players put out against Bath again today, but we just ended up on the wrong side of the score?
Yeah, exactly that. I couldn't fault anything we did, anything the players did really. We were frustrating them. They had to make changes. They weren't getting any joy whatsoever. And we weren't maybe quite creating as much as we did against Bath, but we created that one. And sometimes that's all it takes. But on this huge pitch against a team like St Albans, like a player who play intricate football with movement, it was tougher today. It really was. And just small, tiny, minute details. That clean strike has meant that we haven't come away with anything. And like I say, I think the players, without a doubt, deserve to take something away today.
Yeah, and linking to that Bath game, we made one change from that side, that one there. Are you sort of getting a regular side as we reach the sort of crunch time of the season with plenty of games?
Well, I hope so. I've been trying to demand consistency, and recently that team have been playing consistently to a really, really high level, both with and without the ball. We were enforced into that change today with Brooksy being injured. And again today, I thought the team was superb. They've got a bit of a rhythm, and like I say, I hope so. We're after consistency, and if they keep producing consistency, then it's tough to change.
Yeah, and I think we have about 4 games in 8 or 9 days coming up. So you're gonna have to rotate the squad and sort of give some other players a chance, really.
Well, it's no different to November, really. I think we had 9 games in November. The amount of games is ridiculous, really. But yeah, we've got a good enough squad to cope. I'm sure there'll be more enforced changes, and I'm sure there'll be games where we look at and we feel like certain players will suit and won't. But like I say, if a team performs to a high level consistently, then it's going to be really tough to change.
Yeah, and our next game is Torquay at home, and is it a case of just brushing ourselves down and now looking ahead to next Saturday?
Yeah, well, rest and recover first and foremost. They'll be absolutely shattered once again, just like they were after Bath. We'll have to rest and recover and try and go again like we did at Oxford the following week there. So we'll first and foremost, it's about them lads recovering and making sure they're fit and available, and then we'll get to work.
Yeah, and Torquay, I think it was a damning defeat last time out against them, so we're looking forward to trying to get a bit of revenge there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was damning because we didn't deserve that either. I thought we were the better team on the day, and I was really proud of the players. But make no mistake, they're a top team at this level, a full-time team, come down from the league below. We're going to need to be that good to get anything from the game. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to us testing ourselves again against that type of team, and hopefully this time we can come out on top.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie, and we'll catch up with you after Torquay.
Thanks a lot.